The shining star of the Fulani. In the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, where the sun dips into the dunes like a fiery ember, the Fulani people roamed with their cattle, their nomadic lifestyle a testament to their resilience and strength. Here they were exposed to the hostile elements of nature and the wild creatures that roamed the pestilent land. Temperatures soaring twice as hot as the norm as a result of the scorching heat of the merciless sunlight. Among them was a young girl named Aisha. She was born with a shining star symbol on her forehead. Not so literal for every naked eye to see anyway. Only gifted eyes could see this paranormal phenomenon. This was an invisible mark that sparkled like a diamond in the light. The locals in the tribe would call her the Diamond Girl. For obvious reasons, of course, the story of her forehead carrying a diamond was spread by local tribes people who heard of the supernatural gift from Jalo, the old wise man. He had mentioned it during a conversation, not meaning to put her on the spotlight. He was a very respected man and could never have lied, no matter what or who was involved. The village elder, Jalo, a wise and aged man with a long white beard, recognized the symbol as a sign of greatness. He had seen it before many years ago on the forehead of a great leader who had united the Fulani people and led them to the prosperity that helped secure them from marauding bands that threatened their survival and existence. Jalo knew that Aisha was special, and he took it upon himself to guide her on her journey. As Aisha grew, her kindness, intelligence and courage shone brighter than the desert sun. She helped her mother with the chores, tended to the cattle with her father. During these sections, they would extract milk used for food and fats for application to their hair to strengthen them in palms and adornment. She used such avenues to also listen the ancient stories and traditions of the Fulani from Jalo. The villagers adored her and the children her age looked up to her as a role model. Regardless of the love and admiration of her people, however, Aisha felt a restlessness in her heart. She had visions of a greater purpose, of a destiny that awaited her beyond the windy dunes of the Sahara. Jalo saw the fire in her eyes and knew that she was meant for something extraordinary. One day, a severe drought struck the land, and the Fulani's cattle began to perish. The already dry Sahara became even drier. The patches of soil upon which crops and fodder for the cows were grown lost all traces of humidity, and irrigation options ran thin because the lakes that served purpose were almost also becoming extinct. The villagers were desperate, and their prayers to the ancestor seemed to go unanswered. Aisha had a vision of a hidden oasis, a place of lush greenery and cool waters where the cattle could graze and drink. The Fulanis treasured their cows beyond human comprehension, for from them were their sources of life as well as essence. Aisha's visions was vague, and she didn't know where to find this oasis. Undeterred, Aisha shared her vision with Jalo and her parents. They believed in her, and together they set out to find the oasis. The journey was treacherous, the sun beating down on them like a relentless drum. They crossed couching sand dunes, braved treacherous ravines, and navigated through treacherous towns. Since they carried their cattle along in this arduous journey, they unfortunately lost some of them to the harsh weather. A good number of the cattle died. This caused them a great ordeal of pain. After several days of tortuous travel, Aisha's vision became clearer. She saw a cluster of palm trees in the distance, their leaves rustling in the breeze. The group quickened their pace, their hearts filled with hope. As they approached the palm trees, a crystal-clear spring bubbled out of the ground, and the cattle rushed to drink. This evoked extremely joyous emotions in their hearts. They were beside themselves with excitement. The oasis was revealed and the Fulani surviving cattle were saved. The villagers rejoiced and Aisha's name was on everyone's lips. Jallo looked at her with pride, knowing that the shining star on her forehead had guided her to the greatness. From that day on, Aisha was hailed as the shining star of the Fulani. Her name etched in the annals of Fulani history as a symbol of hope and inspiration. They created festivals and monuments to her remembrance. They also forged mementos from calabashes, metals, and what like that served also as souvenirs they would give any visitor who came and was departing their land. The villagers celebrated for many days, their music and laughter carrying across the desert sands. Aisha's parents looked at her with tears in their eyes, knowing that their daughter had fulfilled her destiny. And Jallo, the wise elder, smiled, knowing that the Fulani people would never forget the young girl who had saved them from despair. Years went by and Aisha's legend grew. The Fulani people prospered, their cattle multiplied in multiple folds, and their culture flourished. Additionally, whenever they looked up at the night sky, they would see a shining star twinkling above, a reminder of the young girl who had brought them hope and salvation in their darkest hour. Thank you for watching our video. Hope our story was interesting. Please don't forget to like and share, and also turn on the notification buttons